No, it was hugely refreshing to be able to get to know someone who isn't necessarily within your circle, doesn't know much about me, I don't know much about her. So to be able to start.
Everyone pictures Harry and Meghan living a perfect fairy tale in their 9-bedroom Montecito palace. But what if behind the gates, their California dream is turning into a financial nightmare? Rumors are swirling that their dream home is heading for the auction block. So what's really going on inside the nearly $15 million mansion? The story is way more complicated, and honestly more shocking than you might think. The California Dream. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left the royal family, they were looking for a sanctuary and a fresh start. They found it in the sun-drenched, celebrity-packed community of Montecito, California. In 2020, they bought what's less of a family home and more of a private resort for a reported $14.65 million. This was seen as a massive bargain at the time. The previous owner, a businessman named Sergei Grishin, had purchased it years earlier for much more, and after it sat on the market, the price dropped into their range. It seemed like the deal of a lifetime. And what a life it promised. The Mediterranean-style estate spans over 7 acres, boasting features that would make a 5-star hotel jealous. We're talking 9 bedrooms and a mind-boggling 16 bathrooms, a 2-story library, a private movie theater, a game room, and an arcade. The grounds are just as impressive, with tiered rose gardens, a full-size tennis court, and a huge swimming pool. It was meant to be their fortress of solitude and a paradise for their kids, complete with a custom-built adventure playground. It was, by all accounts, the American dream they were chasing. But dreams this big come with an equally big price tag, the nightmare of expenses. Here's the thing about owning a $15 million resort-style home. The purchase price is just the beginning. The fairy tale mansion quickly showed its darker side. The relentless astronomical cost of just keeping it running. The annual expenses are staggering. You need a full team of staff for basic maintenance, gardeners for the acres of land, pool technicians, and a host of domestic help. But the single biggest expense is one that reflects Harry's deepest fears: security. After stepping away as senior royals, the couple lost their taxpayer-funded protection. They were on their own, and the threats were real. Security experts estimate the annual cost for 24/7 protection could be anywhere from $2 to $3 million. When you add in property taxes, insurance, and constant upkeep, some analysts speculate the couple's total yearly household expenses could land somewhere between $6 and $8 million. Suddenly, the question wasn't how they could afford to buy the house, but how they could afford to keep it. The income question mark. This is where the financial puzzle gets really tricky. While their expenses are fixed and massive, their income is anything but. When they first landed in California, they were the hottest ticket in Hollywood. In 2020, they signed a massive, reportedly $100 million deal with Netflix, which was supposed to secure their financial freedom. They also landed a big deal with Spotify, said to be worth around $20 million. But the Midas touch didn't last. The Spotify deal collapsed after just one season of Meghan's podcast, with reports saying they hadn't met the productivity benchmarks to get the full payout. Then, the Netflix stream began to show some cracks. Their first docuseries, Harry Meghan, was a monster hit, but later projects didn't quite catch fire with audiences. By mid-2025, reports confirmed that Netflix would not be renewing their original $100 million exclusive deal. While they've since signed a new, less exclusive First Look deal, its value is believed to be much lower, reflecting a new reality where the Sussexes are no longer the streaming giant's top priority. With their most reliable income stream shrinking, how do you pay an $8 million annual bill with an income that's looking more and more uncertain? The auction rumor exposed. This brings us to the explosive rumor that set the internet on fire. The idea that the Montecito mansion is heading to the auction block. The whispers started quietly and then became a roar. With huge expenses and shaky projects, The story seemed believable. Headlines popped up everywhere, speculating that the couple was on the verge of losing their home. A shocking thought. A prince and a Hollywood star forced to sell their palace. But here's where the story takes a fascinating twist. The rumor is a classic case of mistaken identity. While headlines were screaming about Harry and Meghan's home, the property at the center of the confusion was a different Montecito mansion at 888 Lilac Drive. And what's the connection? This other mansion is the one the couple used as a backdrop while filming their Netflix docuseries. That's right, the home that became famous as theirs on screen was never actually theirs. That property, listed for a jaw-dropping $33.5 million, has been struggling to sell for years, which fueled the confused rumors. So, is their real home being auctioned? All evidence says no. But the fact that this rumor spread so fast tells you everything you need to know about the perceived instability of their finances. The smoke might have been coming from the wrong house, but it made everyone look for a fire at the Sussexes' place, unwelcome in paradise. Even without an auction, the Montecito dream hasn't been all sunshine. The couple's arrival reportedly changed the famously quiet and private community. While they count A-listers like Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres as neighbors, not everyone has been thrilled. Tabloid reports have circulated about tensions, with some supposed complaints about the noise from helicopter trips and the constant flow of paparazzi and tourists hoping to get a glimpse of them. The very privacy they craved in Montecito has been a struggle to find. Their home may be a fortress, but the walls can't keep out public opinion or neighborly grumbling. It adds another layer to their situation. They seem isolated, not just from the royal family, but in some ways, from the very community they chose as their sanctuary. It's like they're living in a gilded cage, surrounded by luxury, but struggling to find a real sense of peace. The financial strain is one thing, but the social pressure of being the controversial stars of a quiet town is a whole other burden. A fortress built on hope and fear. In the end, their mansion is more than just a house. It's a symbol of everything they fought for and everything they could lose. After leaving the royals, they had to build a new life from the ground up, and this house was its foundation. Harry's obsession with securing it is deeply personal, rooted in the tragic fate of his mother, Princess Diana. He's determined to stop history from repeating itself, and this mansion, with its gates and guards, is his main defense. Ironically, their fame has created a bizarre paradox. The so-called Meghan Markle effect has anecdotally been linked to rising property values in Montecito, which theoretically increases the value of their own home. Yet, the intense media spotlight is the very thing that fueled the rumors of their financial collapse. Their fame is both their greatest asset and their biggest liability. It gets them million-dollar deals, but costs them millions in security. It raises their home's value, but makes them a target for gossip. The mansion represents this perfectly. It's a symbol of their incredible success in breaking away, but also a constant, expensive reminder of the challenges that come with the life they've chosen. So, the auction rumor is busted, but that doesn't mean everything's perfect in paradise. The real financial nightmare isn't that the house is being sold tomorrow, but the razor's edge on which their entire lifestyle is balanced. They're facing multi-million-dollar annual expenses, a portfolio of projects with mixed results, and a Netflix contract that's a shadow of its former self. They are living a life that demands a constant, huge flow of cash, and the taps aren't flowing as freely as they used to. The big question remains, and only they know the answer. With their bills piling up and income streams in question, how long can Harry and Meghan really afford to keep their Montecito dream alive? What do you think? Are Harry and Meghan living on borrowed time, or will they find a way to make their California lifestyle work? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, do us a favor and hit that like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching. Thanks.